Hi, Sean McGuire here with Bellis, joined by Dave Nieto, one of our consultants. And how's it going, Dave? We kind of just finished our training together, and maybe we could take a moment to talk about some of the challenges that we've kind of been able to identify, facing businesses and kind of what, essentially the time running out. I think people really need to know about this, huh?
Well, I think one of the things most businesses are concerned about is how they're going to move forward, what the costs are. That seems to be a big issue with the rising costs of premiums. And obviously with compliance issues, not knowing the laws and what to do and how to move forward is probably been the biggest concerns.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have essentially just been avoiding the issue.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the right approach, because definitely time running out, with October being the last month that you can really kind of make some changes in your measurement and look back periods. And that's a strategy, and being able to do that can save an organization an awful lot of money.
Most companies don't even understand that, they hear only what they hear driving in their vehicle about the different laws and the mandates being pushed out to 2016, and so I think most companies really don't understand what's going on, and that's kind of a scary thought.
Avoidance is definitely a big issue. You brought up 2016. That's, of course, when the official employer report will be due, and the IRS released the draft tax forms this last week. Certainly an administrative burden for employers, don't you think?
A big administrative burden, but again, the avoidance issue is that most people are concerned, most business owners are concerned about how they're going to make payroll. They're worried about their day-to-day, and if they don't really have an HR person, they're not staying current with what's going on. And I think there's going to be some shock with a lot of these businesses, not maybe today or tomorrow, but once they finally understand over the next 6-8 months that they should have done something 6-8 months ago.
Yeah, you hit on it. That's a completely right. What do you say to the businesses that are wise, that are actually taking advantage of a situation and making some strategic changes that'll save their organization a lot of money? Where do you think that they should start when you're visiting with a business?
Well, when you look at meeting with the business, one of the things obviously they're concerned about is cost, and I try to emphasize that there's a lot of compliance and risk that they need to be concerned about as well. So I'm always talking about Bellis and having them do maybe a risk assessment, cost analysis, so that they can actually understand what they need to be doing to stay compliant, and not actually just looking at the cost. The premiums obviously are a big thing, but with the fines and penalties that they can occur, I think that's something that could be more costly than the cost of premiums.
Yeah, they're absolutely getting nothing for that penalty or fine, and that's why you have to factor in other areas of consideration, such as how are your employees affected by your decisions and other things. And you kind of mentioned a risk assessment, kind of a cost-benefit analysis. That's something that Bellis can and has provided for many businesses already, and the process is pretty simple. We essentially take their census and analyze, just like a government agent would, to project their risk and then help them, based upon their situation, move forward.
A lot of business owners don't understand that, and it's an educational process where we, as consultants as well as providing insurance solutions, need to be more helpful with these business owners, instead of just putting a spreadsheet out in front of them or a contract and say sign here. I think that our job moving forward is to make sure that these business owners are definitely understanding the laws, helping them with the right solution moving forward.
Great. That's Dave Nieto, Bellis Healthcare Consultant. Any last minute thoughts or suggestions for businesses out there as they get into the fourth quarter here?
Yeah, as we're moving into the fourth quarter, there's a lot of renewals. It's time to really start looking at doing some of those renewals now, and doing some risk assessments, doing some conversations around the cost, whether it be looking at penalties or looking at the premiums or both, and trying to find the right solution. Every business is going to be a little different based on their demographics, and so working with Bellis has been very helpful with me, and I look forward to continue on working with the resources and the knowledge that Bellis has to offer.
Great, that's Dave Nieto. You can read more about Dave and on Health Reform Explained in your other practice access advisors as well.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dave.
Okay.